Hungarian Folk Tales. The Little Pig and the Wolves. Once upon a time, there was a little pig who lived in a little house in the middle of a vast forest. The little pig was cooking supper one day when a scruffy wolf knocked on his door. Little pig, let me in. It's so cold out here, I'll freeze to death. No, I won't let you in because you'll eat me up. Just let my back leg in or I'll freeze to death. The little pig put a big pot of water to boil on the fire, and then he let the wolf's back leg into the house. Oh, little pig, please let my other back leg in too. Little pig, please let my 2 front feet in now. The little pig let the wolf's 2 front feet in, but the scruffy wolf still wasn't happy. Little pig, please let all of me in, and I promise I won't hurt a hair on your head. The little pig found a sack and held it open so that the wolf would walk right into it. And that's what he did. The little pig wasted no time and tied the sack up in a flash. Then he took the pot off the fire and poured boiling water all over the wolf. The steaming hot water made the wolf shout, and he wriggled and jiggled until he pushed the sack open. The bold, scolded wolf jumped out of the sack and saw the little pig sitting at the top of the tree. And the wolf ran off to find help. The bold, scolded wolf eventually returned with the other wolves. The wolves thought and thought about how they would catch the little pig, as none of them could climb a tree. At long last, they decided to stand on one another's shoulders until they reached the little pig. The wolves climbed quickly one on top of the other. The bold, scolded wolf stayed at the bottom because he was afraid of heights, so the others all climbed on top of him. The Tower of Wolves reached up to the sky until they only needed one more wolf on the top. The last wolf started to climb, and the little pig shouted, "Pour hot water on the bold one!" The bold, scolded wolf leapt out from the bottom of the pile and ran as fast as his legs could carry him. The wolves tumbled to the ground in a heap of furry bones. Then all the little piglet had to do was to jump down from the tree and go back into his little house. And the bad wolves never dared come near again. Hungarian Folk Tales. The Two Old Friends. Once upon a time there was a poor man. He was very poor and had a lot of children. It was near Christmas time and they had nothing to eat at home. So he had the idea to go out into the forest and collect nuts. Out he went and collected half a sack of nuts. He then took the nuts to the town where he planned to sell them. As he got close to the town, he met an old friend. "Good morning, old friend." "Good morning, old friend. Where are you going?" "I've got some nuts in this sack. I thought I might exchange them for some food for the children. Christmas is here and we have nothing to eat at home." "I've got half a sack of poppy seeds and I also have a lot of children. I would like to exchange it as we don't have anything to eat at home either." "Look, old friend, let's exchange the sacks without looking at what's inside." And they quickly exchanged sacks. Then one of the old friends arrived home. "Well, children, I got half a sack of nuts in exchange for that half a sack of ashes. I shall pour them out for you to eat." He emptied the sack, and it was full of oak apples. What a man! He cheated me. He will pay for this. The other old friend also arrived home. "Wife, look, I brought half a sack of poppy seeds for that half a sack of oak apples." The children were so excited that they danced around the table. The wife brought out a giant bowl. "Pour those poppy seeds out." Poured them out, but they were ashes. What a man! Why did he cheat me? So he set off to the town to meet his old friend. They both arrived and began to threaten each other with sticks. "What a man! Why did you cheat me?" They began to fight, but after a while, one of them began to laugh. "Why did you cheat me? We could never cheat each other. Let's join forces and work together." A rich man gave them each a job and employed them for the last 3 days of the year. When the 3 days were up, they went to the man and asked for their wages. The rich man gave the order to bring each of them a plate full of gold. They were both very happy. They both got their wages and they both set off home. They were poor, but at the same time, they were cunning men. "Look, old friend, we should go back to the pit where the gold was kept and we can take more of it during the night." So they took an empty sack and went back. "How will we go down there? It looks very deep." So they fastened their belts together and one of them lowered the other man down into the pit. The one in the pit quickly gathered up as much gold as he could. "Let me know when the sack is full. I'll pull it up first and then I'll pull you up." But the man in the pit had a better idea. "If I send the gold up, he'll run away. I have to stay down here, but then they'll catch me." He put a lot of gold into the sack, but he did not fill it up. Then he climbed into the sack with the gold. "Now you can pull." As they were nearing the forest, the man in the sack said, "Put me down, old friend. I know I must be heavy." "Oh, you are here too? Of course. I didn't want to stay down there. Let's have a rest. I'm very tired." "Very well, let's have a rest." The man was so tired that he sat down and fell fast asleep. So the other man picked the sack up and began to run away. When he awoke, the other man had gone. "What can I do? He's taken it now." Very well. Then he cut a stick, tied a thread to it, and cracked it like a whip. "Get on with you!" And he made the noises of an ox cart. The other man heard the noises. "Just in time. I'm so tired. I shall put my sack on that cart too." Then he saw his old friend. "Old friend, we could never cheat each other." "No, we couldn't. Let's have a rest, old friend. You must be tired too." "I really am very tired." Then they had a rest. Now the one who had taken the sack fell fast asleep. The other man saw that his old friend was fast asleep, and he took the sack and ran all the way home. There he told his wife, "Put this gold quickly in a box. Take the hoe, come with me to the cemetery, bury me, and if my old friend comes to see me, tell him I am dead." So they went to the cemetery. The woman carefully buried him under a thin layer of soil so that he would come to no harm. Then she returned home, where she held her head as if she was crying. When the other man awoke, he could not find his friend. He knew that he must have gone home, and so he hurried to his house. "Good evening, dear lady." "Good evening, kind sir," she said in her saddest voice. "What's the matter? Why are you so sad? Where is my old friend?" "Your old friend? He died. I have just come home from the cemetery." "Poor friend. I'm really sorry that I couldn't attend his funeral. Dear lady, lend me a hoe and I'll go and tidy up his grave." "No need for that." "It's tidy enough." "It's an old friend's duty to tidy up his old friend's grave." So they went to the cemetery. The man saw the fresh grave and didn't dig with a hoe, but started to stamp about like a bull, clawing at the soil. "Moo, moo, moo," he said, and he hit the ground with the hoe. "Stop that bull," said a voice from the grave. "If you dig me up, my old friend will find me." "Moo, moo, moo," the other man said again, and he got hard to work with the hoe. "Stop it, bull, my old friend will find me." "I've already found you, old friend. Come out." Oh, well, we could never cheat each other. No, we never could. Then they went home, divided the gold between both families, and had a very merry Christmas. Hungarian Folk Tales. Abeles, Kobeles. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a king. One day the king was out hunting in the forest and became so very lost that he could not find his way. "I wish someone would lead me out of this frightening forest and I would give him a sack of gold for his troubles." "Follow me and I will lead the way." And that's what he did. "You should know, King, that I need neither money nor anything else, but give me that what you have now but did not have before you left your palace this morning." The king thought and thought that he must mean a cat or something simple like that. When the king arrived home, his servants ran out to meet him, shouting, "Make haste, your majesty, because you have a beautiful baby daughter, more radiant than the sun itself." But to make a long story short, the little man had said that he would only come to fetch the girl on her 15th birthday. When the king saw how pretty the princess was, he knew not whether to weep with joy or with sorrow. The queen said to him, "Are you not happy?" "Oh, yes, I'm happy, very happy," the king said, and he told her the story. Days became months, and months became years, and the princess grew. On her 15th birthday, the devil appeared because the little man was really the devil. "Send your daughter out, king, for I have come to collect her at last." Oh dear, the king and the queen wept and wailed. "What can we possibly do?" The gooseherd's daughter was also there, so they quickly dressed her in golden robes studded with diamonds. Then they put a crown on her head, opened the door, and sent her out. The devil had a wheelbarrow that he made the girl sit in, and he pushed her away. He pushed her past water where geese were swimming. When the geese saw the girl, they began to gaggle. "Ga, ga, ga, where are you going, goose girl?" "I'm going to hell and the devil's taking me." "You're not the real princess?" the devil asked. "No, not at all. I'm the gooseherd's daughter." So the devil grew so angry that he tipped the girl from the barrow and left her there. The devil marched back to the royal palace. "Listen, king, if you won't give me your daughter, I'll smash your door in." "Oh dear," wailed the king and the queen. The swineherd's daughter was also there, so they quickly dressed her in golden robes studded with diamonds. Then they put a crown on her head, opened the door, and sent her out. The pig soon began to grunt. "Where are you going, pig girl?" "I'm going to hell and the devil's taking me." "You're not the real princess?" the devil asked. "No, not at all. I'm the swineherd's daughter." "Listen, king, open the door and give me the princess, or else I shall set your palace on fire." The king and the queen were both terrified, so they dressed their daughter while they wept, and they pushed her out of the door. The devil was delighted. He put the girl straight into his barrow and wheeled her to hell. Once there, she met a boy called John, who had also been stolen away from somewhere. They were both forced to work hard. John toiled all day in the stable, and the princess did the cooking, the baking, the cleaning, and she looked after the devil. Time passed, and John and the princess spent all their time together. One day John said, "Princess, we should both run away from the devil. But how could we do that?" "I know a magic spell. I overheard the devil say it. I shall cast a spell on the broom and spit on it. Then the broom will answer for us when the devil tries to find us." That sounds like a wonderful plan. So they waited until the devil fell fast asleep, put the broom by the door, and John spat on its handle. "Speak for us when the devil calls us." Now the devil woke up. "Where are you, princess? Bring me my clothes. I want to get dressed." "Right away," the broom replied. The devil waited for a while and then called again. "Are you bringing my slippers? What takes you so long?" "I'm coming right away." "Wait until I catch you, you naughty child. Where are you, naughty girl?" "Here I am." "Where are you, manservant? Quickly sit on a shovel and ride off after them into the sky. Catch them and bring them back to me." "John, my left ear is itching. Look back." "Oh dear, princess. The devil's servant is after us and he's very close. Let us quickly do magic. I will be an old priest and you can become a church." And so that is what they did. "Listen, old priest, have you seen young John and a princess passing this way?" The old priest pretended to be praying. "Abeles, corbeles, abeles, corbeles." "Old priest, don't chant verse to me, but tell me if you have seen John and the young princess." "Abeles, corbeles, abeles, corbeles." Then the devil's servant sat back on the shovel and flew back to hell. The young couple turned quickly back, the church became the princess, and the old priest became John, and the two of them continued. "Have you seen them? Could you reach them? Did you bring them back?" "I saw no one except an old priest and a church." But the priest was a fool and simply said "Abeles, corbeles" to all of my questions. "Oh, that was them. Where is my other servant? He should sit on a hot iron and fly away after them." "John, my right ear is itching. Look back." So John looked back and saw the devil's servant flying after them on a red-hot iron. "Let us quickly make magic. You will become a cornfield, and I shall become a farmer watching his golden field of corn." Then the devil's servant flew down from the sky. "Listen, old farmer, have you seen young John and a princess passing this way?" "Shoo, shoo, sparrow, shoo, shoo. Shoo, pigeons, shoo, shoo, shoo." "Old farmer, don't say shoo to me, but tell me if you have seen John and the young princess." "Shoo, sparrow, shoo, shoo, shoo. Shoo, pigeons, shoo, shoo, shoo." "The farmer's as mad as the priest," manservant said, and rode straight back to the devil. "Did you see them? I saw no one except a field of corn and a wild farmer who shooed away all the birds." "Oh, that was them, the rogues. I shall have to go myself." "Oh, John, both my ears are itching now. Look back." "Oh, princess, now the devil is hot behind us. Hurry, and you'll become a golden duck, and I'll become a pond." "Now wait. I know who you are. I'll catch you and take you back. I swear I will." And the devil went into the water to catch the golden duck, but the duck kept swimming further in. The devil gave chase and swam further still until he reached the middle of the pond, where the water was the deepest, and the devil drowned. Then they both changed magically back. The pond became John, and the golden duck, the princess. Then they both went back to the princess's home. The king and the queen were overjoyed. They held a wonderful wedding, and they all lived happily ever after.